Packers at Broncos is a juggernaut matchup this season, right? I mean, like before the season, a lot of people were kind of predicting Jordan Love to be the under the radar MVP candidate, and he's been playing like for the most part this season, playing really well. Someone said Jordan Love has a better fadeaway shot than Michael Jordan, but because that back, he off that back foot, he chucks it up there. Yeah. It's so pretty. And who is it? Christian Watson 1 week, Romeo Doubs 1 week. I mean, it's like it's always someone else. But anyway, so yeah, and the Broncos, it's interesting because like people are still accusing them of like the Patriots. Oh, they haven't beaten anyone yet. Like it's kind of like they have something, but it's not true. They beat the Texans, who we've seen have been quite a formidable opponent this year. They beat the Chiefs and they beat the Eagles. So it's not like they have no quality wins on their schedule. Everyone's like, well, the Texans have no offense. The Eagles apparently also have no offense, and then the Chiefs apparently also have no offense. So maybe they're not as good as we think they are. But no, the reality is those are 3 solid wins. But this is a real statement game for the Broncos, and it's also just in terms of like if you look projecting forward in their schedule, they have the Chargers, Chiefs, and then Jaguars. I think are the three games after this. So it's a big game to take. If they can steal this one, if they want to still have a chance at number 1 seed, they're probably gonna have to steal one here and then get 2 more down the stretch. So it's gonna be tough considering the Patriots have a much easier schedule than them. But Yehuda, what do you think about this one?
I think that there are so many good games this weekend. I didn't realize how many awesome games there were. And I'm going to the freaking Commanders-Giants game in person. I'm going to miss all this stuff. I'm starting to re-question my
Why would you do that? Why?
I don't know. I'm starting to question.
Well, you're going to New York for the. You're going. because you're going to be in New York.
I'm going to be in New York to see the grandparents for fun Hanukkah celebration. But yeah, this. Oh my goodness. Okay. Very. I don't know.
But this perhaps is the best game of the week.
Yes, this game is so awesome. I love watch the defenders and questionable offense. Jordan Love has been good here and there, but like he will still throw a very interception.
True.
Not J Love. And I love seeing these great defenses against questionable offenses. So, what? DVOA says
WhatsApp. You know what? I'm shutting down WhatsApp, guys. If you need to tell me something, tell me here because it's slowing down my computer. I need this feed better. All right. There you go.
Green Bay. They think Green Bay has a number 3 offense in DVOA and the number 11 defense. So that's a little questionable to me. But yeah, obviously we know Denver's got a great defense, top 6. But this is the Broncos are quote unquote underdogs in this game.
Interesting. What's the line? Actually, I normally lead with that. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
We got the Packers favored by 2.5 on the road. Interesting. Mile high favorite.
Oh wow. Yeah, that is very interesting. Okay. Yeah, so I think the Packers offense will have some serious issues with this this pass rush. And they're definitely going to try to establish the run with Jacobs, and the Broncos have pretty amazing pass defense. But let's check out their run defense, second best run defense in the league, and they're only like top 10 in yardage pass defense. But sometimes Jordan Love has these pumpkin games where he just plays really poorly and his pass rating in the 70s and stuff. And if that Jordan Love shows up tonight, then I think Denver will have more than enough to win the game, and especially with them being underdogs at home in their own building. I think they say they're not focused on it, but it fires them up. It fires you up for sure, and it will give you that little bit of extra oomph that you need. And the Packers are coming off a huge emotional victory against the Bears. I had to have a 4th down interception to win the game, and not that they're not locked in or anything like that, having just taken first place. But there's something to be said about coming off a big emotional high and then coming back down to earth with the Broncos having won their easiest game of the year. Like usually they're playing these close games where they win last second. Like that's what they've been doing. Is they were trailing, I think, in every single game other than this game, and then some of them, 2 of them they lost, and they've been on a 10-game win streak. But
5 seconds to go, field goal to cover the line. My goodness.
Yeah.
I hope you didn't bet on that one, Meisty.
That was.
Fuck, I'm not. That has to be investigated.
That was the most cool thing I've ever seen.
Pete Carroll's FanDuel account had $1 million on that covering. Pete Carroll is a bot. Pete Carroll should be fired from the NFL for that. That is preposterous. That is the word I'm going to preposterous. Asinine, preposterous.
Flabbergasted. Absolutely flabbergasted.
Yeah, I wasn't watching the game when that happened, and then I saw it happen. And I saw like on Twitter or whatever it was that it happened, and I was like, "What did I just watch? What? Yeah.
But it was an easy though. So they're ready for these Packers coming back home after being away for like a month because they had a bye and then they've had a couple of games. But yeah, I got to take the Packers. I just think their defense is slightly better. And that will be enough. Bo Nix will make enough plays. The offense is boring and it's still not like super efficient or anything. But they'll make enough plays against a solid defense. It'll come down to the fourth quarter. With the Broncos, I gotta take the Broncos here at home. Close one.
Let me introduce you guys to. I don't know how much you guys know about this stuff, but Jordan Love Toyotathon season is upon us. I don't know how much of you guys know about this. Rocky, what do you know about this? You know about this?
I've heard about something along these lines.
Yeah. Let me give you some stats, okay? With Toyotathon, okay, Jordan Love is 11-5, 68.3 completion percentage, 28 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, a passer rating of 110. With Toyotathon off, 7-9, 59% completion, 29 touchdowns, 20 interceptions, 83 passer rating. Jordan Love, year to year, when it's Toyotathon, is fire. That's why he beat the Pack. That's why he wins this in the playoffs 1 week, and then he loses after that because Toyotathon is done. This year, Toyotathon will be done before the playoffs, and he will lose first round of the playoffs. But give me Jordan Love to ball out once again in Toyotathon. And now, I do think, though, in all seriousness, that the Broncos have a serious chance of winning this game. Like the same way, first of all, what will matter hugely for them is the fact that if the Patriots win earlier in the day, right? They play the 1 o'clock. So if the Patriots win earlier in the day, they really, really are looking at like a unnecessary game here. I mean, a win would obviously be huge for them in this situation, but if the Patriots win, no, regardless of the Patriots win, I'm sorry.
They have the tiebreaker, I think. I think if they both have the Broncos.
Yeah, so I was wrong on that one. But I think that even if the Bills win, for sure they're playing. I mean, they're playing for it all. So, Denver's playing. I think Denver has more to lose, even though the Packers currently hold the
2 seed, number 2
7 seed.
The number 2 seed. They're technically first place in the division.
They're first place in the division now.
Yeah. The Packers are the number 2 seed. Not only that, the Packers don't have to worry about tiebreakers because of that tie. And they're only half a game behind the 1 seed. And it's interesting, by the way, despite that being the case, they're still giving the Seahawks and Rams by far. Like the Packers only have, 12% chance? 12% chance to get the number 1 seed. The Rams have a 45% chance, and the Seahawks have a 32% chance. Despite the Packers only being a half a game behind both of them.
The Bears. I locked in the Bears winning their game again. So I wasn't looking at and I was clicking back and forth. Yeah, so the Packers.
So 2.5.
But the Packers, I think something else. I think outside Tampa Bay and the Panthers, even though I think Tampa makes it to the playoffs, I think we're kind of locked into the playoffs here. I know there are a lot of teams getting in. Obviously Detroit can get in.
You think the Bears make it over the lines? You think the Bears make it over the lines?
No. Yeah, the Bears are lying. Yes, I think the Bears, even with this schedule, can win enough games. What is it? 2? I think they only need 2 out of the 3 or 3 out of the 4. What is it?
Well, the Lions and Bears play each other. I presume that they probably need to win that game.
Last week of the season, yeah. That's the most important game.
Right. Okay, so let me build that real quick. Even if the Lions beat them, I'll have to take some time to build. But
yeah, me too. I'm not sure about the scenarios there. Who won the first one? The Lions won the first one. The Lions won the first one. They kicked in week 2. They beat them by like 30 points. Remember, it was a blowout.
Kicked their butts.
lose until they play Snoop Huntley, who's going to be the reason why the Ravens get into the playoffs, like we spoke about last week.
We'll get into that in a second. That's an interesting one.
But just to really quickly build out, I mean, the Packers, the Bears have to play the Packers again, who they seem to never be able to beat. I don't know if it's Aaron Rodgers scarring them or something, and then they have to play the 49ers, which will obviously also play huge into the week. But the Lions and then Bears in week 17, they both win. Let's say the Lions. I mean, I think that if the Packers, wow.
What a
Interesting. So if the Lions win out and the Bears win out,
that's not possible because they're playing each other.
Up to week 18, I mean.
Okay. Yeah.
Then it's for first play. It's for the wild card. I mean, pending whatever.
That game does become for the second seed, but they would both make the playoffs.
Well, most likely. Depends on what the Packers. No, well, it depends what the Packers do.
Right. So let's say the Lions there, and then the Packers.
Seahawks, Rams are going to both make it probably, right? Niners are an interesting wild card. The Niners could fall out of it technically.
I mean, the teams that are looking to get in there, though. I mean, you're talking about a few teams that can get in. Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas.
Dallas is only path is through the division, I think, at this point, right?
No. I found a situation where Dallas can be a wild card.
It's less likely than the division, right? Because the Eagles are 8-5.
Dallas has an easy schedule, but I agree. I don't think Dallas finds their way in as a wild card per se. I mean, they can get some help, but they could win the division too, and that would actually make it interesting because then Philly would probably would it would be very interesting. Philly can become a wild card team also, but Green Bay.
I
guess there are enough teams. But I really think that we're kind of almost locked into the playoff spot here, into the playoffs on the NFC side, even though there's so many things that can switch around in those 7. But yeah, I guess we're at like 9 teams that have a chance of really being in the mix of the, and obviously only 7 will make it. As to the AFC, I think that we're still, I mean, you have
10 to 12 teams.
Yeah, Miami that's still looking to make the playoffs right now. I'm going to talk until Miami is officially eliminated from the playoffs. I will be talking about Miami going to the playoffs for the rest of the season as long as they're alive. I have Miami going to the playoffs. Every time I go to the playoff machine, I have Miami in the playoffs.
Dolphins Panthers Super Bowl. Book it.
Get you. Oh man, that would be the most entertaining, non-entertaining Super Bowl of all time.
Yeah.
Just because of the storyline behind that. So we got the who did I say? Broncos by 2.5. I mean Packers by 2.5. I'm going with the Broncos for that.